Yeah. I have two pairs of cleats. I think I've done this for the past few years now. The on my left-hand side is the Fuel Up to Play 60 cleats done by Brianna Berry. She always does a great job. She does most of the guys' cleats, I believe. But yeah, I think they look cool. A lot of paint splatter, and she has like just the freedom to kind of go away with it. I always find your cleats look better when you do that. Just let the artist go crazy. And then these on my right-hand side, my other pair of cleats are going to be the Justin Simmons Foundation cleats. And these are pretty special. They're done by two Boys and Girls Club members, Unique, who most of you guys are familiar with. She's done a pair of my cleats before. Unique's the one that painted them, but the design was actually done by another club member. Her name is Auti, and she's a really cool artist, and she does amazing work. I don't know if you guys can see with the detail on there, but she designed them. So it's pretty cool work. It's really special when you get to work with really cool people like that. So yeah, those are my cleats, my foundation, and the Fuel Up to Play 60.
Just I'm wondering, with this program, do you guys ever kind of, as teammates, like sort of go down the list and see what different guys are representing? Does it give you a window in your teammates sometimes in terms of like what they're connected to and maybe the story behind why?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's my favorite thing about My Cause My Cleats is seeing the different things that guys are passionate about, or there's history behind. Some guys it's cancer, some guys it's like animal relief. There's a whole bunch of things and avenues and organizations that you could support or avenues you could walk down. And I think that's like the coolest thing about My Cause My Cleats, right? Is you look and you're admiring the artwork, but then you're looking closer and paying attention to what what's near and dear to that person's heart, which a lot of the times you just don't know.
Yeah.
So
there was a report on NFL Network last night that Russ has lost part of the locker room. What would you say to that, Justin?
I'll say this. I'll say Russ is an amazing leader. He's an amazing teammate, and leadership never falls solely on one guy. I know the quarterback position is always, at the top of every football team. I know it's a quarterback-driven league, but leadership never falls under one guy. We have really good leaders here, and what's happening right now with the team, and just this season, that falls under the umbrella of a bunch of different guys, myself included. And so, I don't know where that report would have came from, quite honestly, while we're up here, just out of respect of the Ravens and who we're playing this week, and obviously them being a really good team. For the remainder of this time, I just would like to keep the questions geared towards Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, and what they're doing and how we can figure out to get a win, because that to me, I just don't see where it comes from, like those reports, because Russ has been nothing but great. Obviously, it hasn't been the season any of us have wanted. And so I can't fathom like thinking of that stuff.
How do you slow Jackson? You saw him last year. It wasn't a terribly pleasant experience, but how do you slow him, and does it help that you saw him most recently?
Yeah, it's tough. Obviously, I mean, he does it at a high level week in and week out. I can remember preparing, for that game last year and looking at all the exotic runs that they do and the personnels that they bring in. Obviously with, Mark Andrews at the tight end position, one of the best in the league to do it. We have our work cut out for us, especially the last few weeks, not being as sound in the run game, as we had weeks prior. And so we know what type of game it is. We got to come in, we got to stop the run, and it makes it that much harder when you have a quarterback that can create explosive runs, obviously in the run game as well. And that's not mentioning the drop back pass, where if the passes aren't there and our rush lanes aren't good enough, he could easily get out of there too. And so it's going to take all 11 of us. I always talk about how when you play teams like this, as talented as the Ravens are, it's almost like approaching like the triple option. Guys got to be locked in and gap sound, through every facet of your defense. And if you're not, it only takes those 1 or 2 plays of curiosity where, they can break a long, explosive run. So, as a defense, we got to be able to stay on top of it.
Is it tough to play fast when you're so focused on being in the right place, not opening up gaps, making sure that you haven't bottled up?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's just different. It's a lot different than a lot of other offenses you're going to see, at least that we're going to see this year. And I know we're playing them later in the year, but that's what makes them unique and special. And I've always had the utmost respect for Lamar and his game and how he's elevated the quarterback position. In my opinion, and so. It's going to be a challenge for us defensively for sure. We keep talking about week in and week out how we want to be the best defense, and in order to do that, you got to go up against the best, and they're certainly one of the better offenses in the league. And we're going to have to be able to find ways to get takeaways for our offense and set them up on a short field and walk away out of that stadium with a win.
Awesome. Thanks, Justin.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Thank you.
Justin.
Appreciate it.